Young and the Restless. Spoilers, Monday full, the 10th of August, 2026. Oh my god, besties. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday. An absolutely beautiful day to grab your iced coffees, sit back, and lose your minds with me. I am so glad you're here because I have been vibrating at a frequency that could shatter glass. We have so much to unpack, so let's dive right into the madness. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right this very second. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now, because the August 7th update of The Young and the Restless just dropped, and I am genuinely unwell. I'm literally filming this while I'm running errands, walking through the aisles of Target like an absolute maniac, because I just had to jump on here and vent. I was mid-skincare when I read these spoilers, and I literally smeared charcoal mask all over my rug. Literally had to yeet my phone across the room because the sheer audacity of these writers is sending me into orbit. We are not just watching this show anymore, besties. We are invested. My soul is tethered to Genoa City, and I am personally victimized by what is happening right now. Okay, let's start with the absolute train wreck that is Nick Newman, because bestie, be for real right now. Nick is officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Let me set the scene. So Nick voluntarily checked himself into rehab, right? Which, yay, growth. We love a self-aware king seeking help. But then, this man decides to leave the rehab center against medical advice just to attend Victor and Nikki's vow renewal. I am screaming. Like, sir, your parents have renewed their vows 1,000,000 times. You do not need to risk your literal life and sobriety for a party. And now, he is straight up refusing to go back to the facility. He is out here claiming that it's too dangerous to be locked away in rehab, while Matt Clark is still roaming the streets of Genoa City free as a bird, which is honestly so unhinged. Nick is using Matt Clark as a giant flashing neon excuse to avoid dealing with his addiction. And don't even get me started on the vibes of his withdrawal nightmares. Did you guys see the absolute cinematic mayhem of his hallucinations? The scene where he's at Crimson Lights, and he's ripping open sugar packets. But instead of sugar, it's fentanyl, and he's just swallowing it? Send help, my soul has actually left my body. The psychological horror of that is astronomical. The stakes are literally life or death. The experts say that drug dreams are the most dangerous part of recovery because your brain cannot tell the difference between the dream and reality. The physical cravings become so intense that you wake up feeling like you actually relapsed. Nick is basically a walking time bomb right now, and he thinks he has it all under control. I'm literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about him spiraling out of control while trying to play the hero against Matt. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Victor and Nikki are currently packing their bags for a romantic getaway to Venice to celebrate their reunion, leaving their children to clean up the absolute mess that is their family. Which leads me to the most shocking team-up of the century. Victoria Newman and Adam Newman are joining forces. I repeat, Victoria and Adam are working together. I am genuinely clutching my pearls. These two have hated each other since the dawn of time. Their sibling rivalry is legendary. But now, with their parents out of the country and Nick actively self-destructing, Victoria and Adam have realized they are the only ones who can babysit their grown adult brother. The irony of Adam, the eternal black sheep, and Victoria, the Ice Queen CEO, having to play keepers for the golden boy Nick, is just chef's kiss cinematic perfection. Victoria is working overtime to keep the family peace, and you know she's probably wearing one of those immaculate, razor-sharp power suits while doing it. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. The dynamic between Victoria and Adam right now is everything I never knew I needed. They are putting aside decades of corporate backstabbing and toxic family trauma for a genuinely good cause. But how are they going to stop Nick? He's a grown man who is convinced he needs to be the protector of the family. Adam knows a thing or two about the dark side, so maybe he can get through to Nick, but Victoria is going to have to use every ounce of her CEO manipulation tactics to keep him from going off the deep end. Manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no way Nick just sits quietly in his room while Matt Clark is out there breathing the same air as Sharon. Speaking of Matt Clark, we need to pivot to the most insane, brain-melting spoiler of the entire week. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Mariah Copeland is about to have her very first face-to-face encounter with Matt Clark. Yes, you heard me. Mariah and Matt. The absolute chaos of this meeting is going to be legendary. Let's look at the context here, because we need to dissect this tea with absolute precision. Mariah has just been fully briefed by her brother, Noah Newman, about every single horrific, traumatic thing Matt has done to their family. Noah has made it crystal clear that Nick's severe drug addiction is 100% Matt's fault. Noah is traumatized, Sharon is terrified, and the entire Newman family is basically treating Matt like the literal devil. But here's where the tea gets scorching hot. Mariah is currently going through her own massive psychological crisis. We all remember when she suffered that severe mental break and kidnapped baby Dominic, right? And now Devon is threatening her with legal action, trying to send her to prison, and she is feeling completely isolated, broken, and misunderstood. So, when she finally crosses paths with Matt Clark, a man who is also universally hated, isolated, and dealing with his own twisted psychological issues, what if they actually bond? I am genuinely losing my mind over the potential of a Mariah and Matt trauma bond. It's giving major, I cannot even energy. Sometimes, when two people are at their absolute lowest, battling severe mental health issues and feeling like the entire world is against them, they find a weird, twisted comfort in each other. I am not talking about a romance, besties, ew, no. I am talking about a platonic friendship built on mutual alienation. Matt is a master manipulator, and Mariah is incredibly vulnerable right now. She knows firsthand what it's like to do crazy, unforgivable things when your mind is sick. She might actually look at Matt and see someone who is broken, just like her. Can you even imagine the fallout? If Mariah starts defending Matt Clark to her family, Noah would literally combust. Sharon would have a full-on meltdown. Nick might actually commit a crime. The family drama this would cause is astronomical. Mariah trying to explain to her highly traumatized family that hurt people, while Matt Clark is standing there with that smug look on his face. They are officially on my do not perceive list if they let this happen, but at the same time, I am totally living for the absolute mayhem it would cause. I'm calling it, the villain arc is about to go nuclear. Mariah defending the man who ruined her stepfather's life. It's a psychological masterpiece, and I am eating up every single crumb. Wait, let me veer off into a completely random tangent for a second. Did anyone else notice how the lighting in Crimson Lights always looks so moody and dramatic right before someone makes a terrible life choice? Like, the espresso machine is just hissing in the background while someone's life falls apart. It's such a specific aesthetic and I am obsessed. Okay, snapping back to the main tea. Let's talk about Billy Abbott, because this man is a walking disaster, and I am genuinely exhausted by his life choices. So, Billy is currently spiraling because his relationship with Sally Spectra is falling apart. And why is it falling apart? Because Billy, in his infinite wisdom, decided to run his mouth to Victor Newman and tell him that Sally secretly sold Newman Media to Adam. He literally betrayed Sally's one strict condition just to get back at Adam because he is so deeply, embarrassingly jealous. And now Sally is facing the wrath of the mustache himself. Billy is basically standing in the wreckage of his own relationship, holding a match, and wondering why everything is on fire. But guess who steps in to save the day? Audra Charles. Yes, Audra. The corporate shark herself is swooping in to give Billy some completely unexpected relationship advice. I am literally dying at the thought of Audra sitting Billy down and reading him for Phil. Audra and Sally have formed this incredibly deep emotional bond recently, mostly stemming from their shared trauma of losing a child. Audra secretly had a miscarriage years ago with Noah, and Sally tragically lost baby Ava. They have this unspoken sisterhood now, and Audra is fiercely protective of Sally's emotional well-being. So, Audra stepping in to help Billy is honestly so iconic. She is probably looking at him with that perfectly glossed lip and giving him the absolute harshest reality check of his life. She's going to tell him that if he wants to keep Sally, he needs to stop acting like a paranoid, jealous teenager and start being a supportive partner. Billy desperately needs someone to tell him about himself because he never listens to anyone else. He doesn't listen to Jack, he doesn't listen to Jill, but maybe, just maybe, he will listen to Audra because she has that intimidating boss babe energy that just commands respect. I am genuinely manifesting that Audra tells Billy to get his act together or step aside, because Sally deserves so much better than a man who constantly sabotages her out of petty spite. And honestly, the fact that Billy and Kane Ashby are supposedly calling a truce to co-manage Chancellor Industries right now? Yeah, right. Billy can't even manage his own love life without setting off a bomb. How is he going to manage a massive corporation with his worst enemy? It's all a mess. A beautiful, chaotic, glorious mess. Okay, my brain is literally buffering from the sheer audacity of all these plots colliding at once. Nick is hallucinating fentanyl, Victoria and Adam are playing babysitters, Mariah is about to trauma bond with the town's psychopath, and Audra is playing couples counselor to Billy Abbott. I am physically vibrating. I need to go lay down on the floor and stare at the ceiling for a solid hour to process this. Make sure you guys comment down below and tell me how hard you are spiraling over this Mariah and Matt situation, because I know I am not alone. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next update when this entire town inevitably goes up in flames. Bye besties.